should be going live in just a second. Alright, that should do it. Hello and welcome once again to the State of the Empire Assembly for the week of the 30th of November 2019. As always, I'd like to thank everyone who chose to attend this week, as these assemblies help us to keep the Empire strong and flexible, providing transparency to our users, and a means for all of us to exchange feedback, ideas, and to continually improve the Empire, its structure, and the experience that we provide to all of you. In attendance at the start of this assembly are Callsign Sparky, Mikey P82, Drusilla, Merkangel, SJ, Ailerons, How Hurl, Alchemist, Novasef X, Clytor, and of course, hosting this event, I am Emperor Pharaohson. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and moving right along. It's never a State of the Empire without the greeting of our newest members from the past week. The list is, again, pulled from the website. If you haven't registered on the website, then your name won't show up here. If you've been here for more than a week, then your name also shouldn't be here. As for this week, we have Draco Ninja, Haramoto Zero, Gothic Wolf, OK Boomer, MP God, and Kiza. With all of that said, I'd like everybody to give them a nice warm welcome when you see them. They have at least gone so far as to register on the website. They've made it up to T2. They're hopefully helping their Legion and getting settled nicely. Next up, as always, promotions. This list is formed in no particular order. I'm just going to go down it as necessary. First up, Spectre 6 is hereby promoted to Stivos for continued activity within Discord, despite frustrations between his computer and Destiny 2 constantly fighting with each other. SJ is hereby promoted to Repicar for continued activity, social mingling, and efforts to help the Empire across multiple fronts in its effort to expand beyond the limitations of Destiny alone. Of course, we also have Drusilla, who is hereby promoted to Repicar in recognition of their efforts to bring about additional structure, organize fire teams in different activities, and a clear willingness to actually attempt to be a part of what we're building here. That effort is appreciated. Azamet is hereby promoted to Photomar for continued activity both in-game and in Discord, game-related, general socializing, you name it. We're trying to build a community, as I said, and those efforts deserve to be recognized. Draco Ninja is hereby promoted to Stivos for reaching activity level 3, their general participation within the Discord, etc. Jal is hereby promoted to Repicar for continued activity within Discord, the community, and gameplay. Alchemist is hereby promoted to Dracaris in recognition of major efforts to lead raid teams, help organize lower ranks, and keep our activity high, in addition to his high participation within the Discord. Thank you for your efforts. Merkangel is hereby promoted to Repicar in recognition of continued high activity in Discord and in-game. Ailerons is hereby promoted to Photomar in recognition of continued high activity in Discord and in-game. And finally, we have Novasef X is hereby promoted to Dracaris in recognition of high activity, continued drive and initiative, willingness to embrace the Kaldaran group identity, and efforts to keep things flowing and smooth across the board. All of your efforts are appreciated. Hopefully you don't feel that they're going unrecognized, because we are trying to keep an eye on everything. Did that not apply? Okay, there we go. Beyond that, if you feel that you are deserving of a promotion and your name wasn't called this week, send me a DM and let's talk about it. Or send it to your Legion commander, whoever you feel is more apt to listen to your case. We do want to provide people with what they deserve, plain and simple. Beyond that, I'd like to say that things have been pretty good. I think a lot of people have been kind of busy the past week getting ready, holidays, Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So I think there has been a slight dip in activity, but I still see that people are trying to get raids done. Obviously, last week we had the problem with Bungo's servers. But last night we had a successful Leviathan raid. I actually have the report pulled up here. So, a congratulations to Alchemist, Deadpool, Nielsen, Mikey P82, Azimet, and Ironhammer GG for a 3-hour, 19-minute clear time on Leviathan. And let me see what we have here. Because we do have some special notes. So I'm actually going to take the liberty of reading the notes that Alchemist placed here at the bottom because I think it's good to read and everybody might want to hear this. Alchemist, is that okay?
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
All right. Don't want to throw you on the spot if you're not comfortable with it.
No worries.
Here we have. I just wanted to say that as long as I've been playing Destiny, and yes, I know my PC hours don't add up anywhere close to console, this has been by far the most amazing group that I have ever been a part of. The members here are very patient when trying to learn raids. Everyone is always willing to help one another. Just overall an amazing experience being part of Kaldara Empire. I know that I, on a personal level, appreciate this comment and this feedback. Good or bad, we like to hear it, but having some good feedback helps for the soul. And I think all of you should appreciate it as well, because this reflects positively on not just what I'm able to do, not just what the Warlord's able to do or the Officer Corps is able to do, but on what each of you at every level of the Empire are able to do. The fact that we have kind of picked, recruited, and held on to some of the better people. You may not necessarily be the most MLG pro Destiny 2 player in the world, but you're enjoyable people to play with. You're fun, as he said, you're patient, you're willing to learn, you're willing to work as a group. These are all the kind of things that we really want. We're less looking to be some hyper elite phase clan, whatever the hell they've got going, and we're more interested in forming a community here. So, I just want to take a moment on behalf of myself and the Empire as a whole to thank you all for being the exact kind of player that we were looking to have here and to be able to enjoy our favorite hobby with. So give yourselves a round of applause. And we have a note here for a special commendation recommendation for Deadpool for his help in assisting and explaining the raid and the encounters. Deadpool's always been a pretty cool guy like that, so it's good to see that some of our newer people are recognizing the same things that we saw in him about a year ago. Time flies. Beyond that, I don't have too many special things to put out there. Looks like one person who I have literally never seen before just left. Sayonara Buttface. And I can say with a fair degree of confidence that things are almost set on the officer training. I know it's been a bit long, and I'm sure a few of our candidates are a bit eager to just get it over with and done. There's just been a lot on everybody's plate lately, and trying to type things up in a neat and orderly fashion because documentation gives me a mild form of OCD, I swear. Beyond that, we're still trying to judge some interest for the seasonal tournament. I would like to be able to appoint a Paladin of Undeath or the Undying Paladin this cycle, even if that means that we hold the tournament and it rolls over into next season by a week or two. It's not the end of the world. The main thing is to hold the tournament and get the title. And we'll have to pick an appropriate prize. Last time it was easy because there was a new DLC coming out. This time it's still up in the air what we can and can't do, especially with my lack of a job at the moment. But we have a few people contributing through our Subscribe Star, which I think is a fairly seamless segue to offer a bit of thanks. We have, of course, at the count level, we have Mikey P82. So thank you for that. We absolutely appreciate every penny you throw our way to try to boost up and improve the group. It's not always easy, it's not always cheap, and they always say time is money. So we appreciate anything that any of you can offer us to try to keep things running around here. So thank you to Count Mikey P82. Additionally to everybody's favorite warlord, Grandmaster of the Imperial Knights, Baron Frodo. And finally, to everybody's favorite morale officer, Lord Carrot. Yes, we are basically selling noble titles. We're hoping to come up with some further things. What's the word? Perks and benefits to offer with these. So if anybody has suggestions, if you can think of something that you would be willing to submit money for to, in addition to the title, to have a perk within the group, we'll of course make sure that that's not going to disrupt the day-to-day flow. We don't want this to feel like some EA pay-to-win bullshit, but we do want to offer something for those who choose to give us their hard-earned cash for all of the hard effort that we put in. Beyond that, I'd just like to remind everybody that our Subscribe Star is active. You should be encouraging people to register on the website. And we've got a few more things in the project board that, while they haven't been updated, we should get some more progress going on those across the next week. And a final reminder to everybody that whenever you put together a group of people, please submit, whoever the fire team leader was, please submit one of our operations reports. The format can be found in the operations reports channel. It should take you about 2 minutes. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and it helps us keep track of who's contributing to the group, who's playing with the group, who's just in general engaging with things beyond just whatever banter happens to go on in Discord. So we like to track raids, Crucible, Gambit, whatever you're doing in Destiny, whatever you're doing in Elder Scrolls Online, because it looks like there's been a pretty good chunk of interest in that lately, whatever you've got going in Warframe, if that's your game. We're trying to create a system here so that everybody gets the recognition they deserve for their in-game activity and their community activity. That being said, I would like to open the floor to anybody who would care to offer questions, comments, concerns, or feedback of any kind.
Well, this is what I get for coming in at the tail end.
Such is life, my friend. You know the drill.
Oh, yeah.
Is the tournament still on?
If we have some people who are interested, yeah, even if we have to run a smaller one this season, I would still like to run the tournament.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
definitely game for the tournament, so I mean, heh.
yeah, me too.
All right.
I'll be interested in it too.
Nice, nice, nice.
I like seeing some interest. So we have, let me just get a quick look. We have Ailerons, Drusilla. Who else was interested in the tournament this season?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe me.
Alchemist.
Nova enter the tournament, please.
Nova as well, yeah. I'll try. I mean, I suck at PvP, but I'll try. Okay. Go.
Enter, enter. If you're on my team, I got your back, man.
There are no teams. It's 1v1.
One v
Yeah,
one,
it's a
even
one v
better,
one. Yeah, it's for the title, man.
even
So what
better.
it is, it's 1v1 and all meta weapons and armor that are huge uses in PvP
The
will
broken
not be
stuff.
allowed to be used. So if you're one of those guys
Basically,
that,
any, basically
banks on
anything.
meta, it's going to really suck for you.
I'm fine with it. I can adapt to
The
more.
intention is to level the playing field because we have some people who are great combatants, but they have an unfair disadvantage because maybe they don't have the time to go grind for some of the really broken meta weaponry for Crucible. So we try to take some of that rough stuff off the top to level the playing field a bit more and make it more focused on skill gap because we all know that Crucible is very terribly balanced as a whole.
Like last tournament, we had one guy who was a heavy meta user. And when we stripped his meta weapons away,
He got
you could
shit
definitely
stomped.
tell that in the way of
I did
PvP,
it
he sucked.
myself.
It was beautiful to watch because he was a shit talker too. He's one of those guys that relied on meta weapons as a crutch, but he thought he was the hottest shit because he had the most broken gear in the game.
Oh,
So when we took that away and put him on a level playing field where it wasn't the gear that won, but the skill level, yeah, he was talking shit for like what 2 weeks at least building into it.
oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
meanwhile, that for that 2 weeks, Claytor's just sitting there grinding in Crucible, training, blood and sweat, Rocky Balboa montage style, and he gets in and just shit cans the trash talker. It was so satisfying to watch. That guy has also
He
left the
got a
clan,
taste of
by the
his own
way, because he was
medicine.
kind of a shithead.
What? He got a taste of his own medicine.
It was beautiful, my guy. It was what just mm, grade A. It's all coming
Any
together.
weapon can be great.
Oh yeah,
Any
it's
weapon.
all coming together.
There you go.
Nice, nice, nice. Delicious. That too. Well, that's what she said.
Nice and tasty. But so yeah, I'd like to see who else we've got with an interest in the tournament, and even if I have to put together a mini tournament of 4 people, then so be it.
That's mine as well.
Because remember, guys, there is a prize to the winner and runner-up.
We got to figure out what that's going to be. I mean,
Yeah, that's going to be the big trick.
beforehand we had all the time to announce like, hey, the prize is going to be Shadowkeep. If you think you got a chance at the tournament, save your money. But the the DLC's been out for a while. Most people have it who are serious enough about Destiny to also be in the tournament. Maybe if the person who wins doesn't have Shadowkeep, then we'll do that again. But otherwise, we got to figure out what we're going to do for the prize. Although I do still want to offer a prize.
Yep.
I mean, nothing's wrong with just sinking a cash. Pot. But
Also, speaking of Shadowkeep, for those who don't know, with Black Friday sale happening, Shadowkeep is on a discount right now. So for those who don't have it and would rather have it now than wait, yeah, there you go. As I think like standard Shadowkeep is 40% off and deluxe is like 25 or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. It's like that.
good shit.
Did anybody else have anything that they would like to add?
Well, since I got in late, I don't know what has been said, but for those who don't know, 3 days until Reach falls.
Yes, that was going to be one of my parting notes.
Oh, maybe you could do that.
3 days until what?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that's possible too, I guess.
maybe that's
Well,
not what
For those interested in Reach.
I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do.
oh, Reach. Not
We will talk with whoever the winner of the tournament is to get a feel for what they might be interested in for a prize. Because there's no obvious solution this season like there was last season. So we'll start looking at what the person might enjoy for a prize, and we'll look at getting that for them. So consider this the lucky season. You almost get to pick your prize.
Almost.
Nice. Almost,
Yeah, well, nobody's going to come up to me and be like, I want a $200 cash prize. I will slap you with my dick.
I'll pay for the
Yeah,
ticket.
that's
just so
kinda
they can
gay.
take-
There we
I will
go.
pay to watch
We'll
that.
get
No
people.
homo.
I'll fucking live stream it. Everyone we'll set it up and we'll make a shit ton of money just to cock slap
Just to
some
get it done.
dumbass.
Yep.
It's
Definitely.
brilliant. So yeah, by the way, YouTube, if you don't believe me, this stream is not for children. I think we've demonstrated that quite thoroughly.
Or you'll be flying $42,000.
And then
Fine my ass.
again, I don't
Fine
know what has
D's
been.
nuts.
Oh yeah.
That's what. Oh, that's what she said.
I do have a little bit to add.
Good. Let's hear it.
So I'd like to shout out to Mikey for dealing with the poor Scourge of the Past raid that I had to partake in that we performed earlier this week. I think it was on Monday. And it did not go well.
Was that the one where you recruited OK Boomer?
Yes.
We gotta find that guy a new name. Maybe we just start calling him Boomer. Everybody just call him Boomer from now on.
Yeah, that would be good.
Then when he starts saying something, we'll just be like, okay, Boomer, and then it's like, are we using your name or are we dismissing you? Figure it out, Boomer.
The the main reason I say this is because he is so far I think one of like what no, he's like been the only person who's been really visibly making an effort so far in the first. So thanks, man.
Yay, Boomer.
I'm talking about Mikey.
Yeah, well, I would say it's safe to say that Mikey really does seem to enjoy his time here, given the fact that he's joined us for 2 games, donated to our subscribe star at the count level, and seems to really want that XO position in addition to making constant efforts. So, an absolute round of applause to Mikey P82.
Good stuff, Mike. Awesome.
I have one thing to add.
All right, the floor recognizes Drusilla.
On the Kaldaran website, I actually put up a list for anybody who's interested in signing up for anything Crucible related. So that way, if I can get a head count of who is actually willing to do it, then we could actually do it. But as of now, I've had nobody sign up.
All right. Well,
Where did you put that up?
I honestly don't remember where I put it up. I just know it was under pre-made groups or something like that. But it's under my name.
Yeah, I don't see anything like on the forums here.
Okay, maybe I just need to figure out how to work the website out then.
Yeah, some things here are a little counterintuitive, unfortunately. It's been a long time since I've put my hand into serious web design, and a lot of things have actually changed in that time. So,
Is there any other way that we can set it up for now until we get the website sorted?
well, there is... I guess my thing would be pick a time that seems reasonable that you'd like to run some Crucible operations, and occasionally hop into D2 General, and let me do this. Bungie, I'm gonna nerf the mask. But I'm nothing without this mask. If you're nothing without this mask, then you shouldn't have it. Blueberries.
Agreed. Yep.
So
Seems
fucking one-eyed. Fucking one-eyed.
Man, I have body so on one mass users,
I
man.
got it, and I have never used it.
One-eyed mask blueberries
Using
are
mask
the
of
worst.
whale.
Trying to get enough kills in Crucible as it is.
They're pretty easy to get around once you know what to do.
My thing is Doomfang Pauldron's Husa.
Good stuff. That works.
An extended super is always nice.
Alright, well. Drusilla, what do you got planned for tomorrow?
Nothing really besides probably doing a lot of Crucible like I always do.
So, what time do you think you'll start?
I was thinking somewhere around like 3 my time since I'm Cali and I'm 3 hours behind Alchemist. That would be 3 p.m. Well,
3
I don't
p.m.
know.
you, 6 p.m. us. Got it. Let's see. Where the hell
Probably
is the
about
thing
7 for me.
Crucible. What are you thinking? Iron Banner, quick play, competitive?
Survival.
What does that fall under? I don't know.
Yay,
Mm.
survival.
Is
Comp.
Okay.
So basically, for anybody who is currently working on any quest to get any of the pinnacle weapons.
Yeah, I just need a hand cannon.
I need to get Recluse, for God's sake.
And you, Nova, would not decide to do Crucible.
Yeah, because I suck.
I told you I would carry you and I would back you and you would get better, man. But don't worry, you'll get it.
It's probably like that episode of Rick and Morty with
Hold on. You got a name for your fire team? Drusilla?
Currently, no, I don't. We can just do Kaldara on PvP or whatever.
Butt butter.
Alchemist? That's not fair.
Butter.
Okay, we can do clown panties.
We are not doing that. Fuck you.
Do that.
That was abrupt.
You are
Wait,
fire
what?
team behemoth.
Okay.
I likes it.
Boom. I've created an LFG post for it through the D2 ops. That's all you got to do. These things work surprisingly fucking well. I've noticed it with the raids. It seems to be getting good turnout. So
Yeah.
what I would do is just use the LFG create, follow the instructions it gives you, and you know, let everybody know that you posted it.
Okie dokie.
I also suggest that you go in there into D2 Ops Drusilla and snag your spot before your team fills up without you.
True. All right. It's in the Discord channel or
Yes, it's in the Discord channel. That way it's nice and centralized, easy for everybody to use, because we have a lot of people who don't necessarily do the website thing a whole lot. Once the website is reworked into something more usable, then maybe we'll offload a lot of these functions there, but for now, if we can do it in Discord, that just seems to be the more effective way.
Okay. So let me do that right now.
So yeah, just write down into D2 Ops and hit that plus sign. Alright, anyone else care to contribute anything to the meeting this week?
Some lasagna.
Like I said, since I did come in late, have you mentioned 7 Days to Die?
That was going to be one of the two parting notes, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, like half these people showed up between 15 minutes and an hour early. People are excited for the meetings,
Holy
I guess.
shit.
I know, right? The old group was never like this. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. The whole group was watching. Hey, thanks for leaving.
Sayonara, cockface!
I do got one thing.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, you mentioned earlier about the interest in ESO. That too is also on sale till the 2nd.
Oh yeah, that's $9.99 till the 2nd, and the full collection of all the extra expansions is $19.67 US, where that includes everything up to L.
Alright.
So $20 gets you freaking ESO.
And the expansions. Which, what I like about ESO is it's one of the few MMOs I've ever played where you don't actually need to buy the expansions. Like every other MMO, you're just left behind doing nothing if you don't buy the expansions. ESO, the expansions really are just additional content, story content mostly. The actual gameplay effects are not, oh well, you didn't get it, so you're screwed, which is good.
That is proper DLC.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask about Final Fantasy 14. I don't know if anyone else here currently plays it. I know one other guy plays it. I think that's Akira.
So, stop speaking about Final Fantasy 14. You're gonna make me go back on that game again, bruh.
we do have a guy in the Discord who plays it, but unfortunately, he joined Kaldara last year for that when Forsaken dropped, and then he fell off the face of the earth playing Final Fantasy 14 with a bunch of his, I think he said buddies from school or something like that.
So there are a few people here who play it, and if there is sufficient interest, I'm perfectly fine with letting them go set up a Legion.
Yeah, that game was pretty addicting.
It really, really is addicting.
That is true, man.
Wait, what? Wait, what game?
FF14, Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
And on another note, there's what was it? Oh, in terms of the titles, like the tournaments that you were gonna do for Destiny for the seasons to get the titles for us, you could also think about doing it for other games like ESO or something. But to find the names, yeah, we probably have to search pretty hard in game or something to try to find something to actually attach to our names.
So that's definitely a long-term goal. Right now, we only have, a handful of people in ESO. It's not really enough to run tournaments or anything like that just yet, but the goal is, as we get larger in other games, to start organizing events the same way we've been doing for Destiny, and to hopefully increase the number of events and the diversity and scope of these events in such a way that we can find something that everybody can kind of participate in, enjoy, and a decent number of people can have, some unique titles to, feel a little bit better about your pathetic existences.
LOL.
Man, I love this clan.
Hello,
Wow.
darkness, my old friend.
Just sheer brilliance. Sheer brilliance.
Ah, the shit post never ends.
Indeed. Alright.
LMAO.
Was there anything else? We've been at this about 35, 40 minutes.
Yes, I would like some lasagna, please.
Garfield, go home. You're drunk.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I couldn't drink today or drink any alcohol today because I was flying today. That is not a good combination, drinking and flying. No, it will end badly.
Pretty sure they made a movie
I agree
about
with you
that.
100%.
Or Senator Kennedy.
You mean
There
that
was something
one?
else. I'm still thinking. Just give me one second.
Yeah.
Try not to burn your brain cells.
Do 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 do
Don't catch fire.
do do.
God, no, no, no.
I love this group.
Wait, you was just singing Baby Shark? Please don't.
No, that was Final Jeopardy, you uncultured swine.
Okay,
How
okay,
could you not know?
Holy
okay.
fucking
Okay.
shit! For the love of Alex Trebek's cancer-ridden body, what the fuck?
How?
We finally hit the generation where they don't know what Final Jeopardy is.
Oh, kill me now.
Bloody hell! I'm dying.
Okay, Zoomer.
Yeah.
Christ.
Christ currently can't help in this situation.
God has
Nah.
left the channel.
He will say clanneth, singeth, baby sharketh.
I think it really
The
is.
time for talk is over. The Lord's work must be
Yeah.
done.
Mike Tim.
Back to the mine.
I bless
Greetings,
you,
Imperial citizens. What is happening in this thread?
Oh, sweet Emperor.
bruh, I'm not even sure. Something is happening. All I know, I need some lasagna.
Oh,
Alright, seriously, Garfield,
net-
calm down.
another thing on the titles. I don't know if we could really go into like this is to do with Destiny. If we could really like get something from the lore, that we could do something from the strikes and try to do like time strikes and match times with fire teams, like
Well, in other words, basically
competitively.
friendly
Yeah,
competition amongst fire teams.
yeah.
Hell, I'm game for that.
I'm not sure if anyone here has done a 980 yet, Nightfall, but that could also be a thing, like first team to 980.
Sure.
That
Has
just
anyone
sounds
done a
like
980?
masochism, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. I won't lie. It's pretty terrible.
First person tonight. What do you mean by 980? Just the light level?
To complete the 980 Nightfall first group.
Oh, the ordeals.
Yeah.
You mean like completing on the
Able to place
master?
call on your Bluetooth phone.
So that's in the meeting log now. Just, we're still live, by the way, guys. So, just somewhere, there's gonna be
Well,
something
this is
about
beautiful.
Bluetooth phone. I don't know.
I think that might have been Grandmaster.
I think it might have been a colossal fucking disappointment.
We could play with that idea and see what you guys think.
Yeah, no, we're
Just
absolutely happy
get
to
back to me.
organize events as a whole. If you've got something that you want to do, go down into D2 Ops, LFG Create. The bot has basically everything in there, and if you've managed to find something that the bot doesn't have, it has like a miscellaneous feature to where you could just fill out the info yourself. So,
Oh, nice. I didn't even know that. Brilliant.
yeah, just go to D2 Ops, use an LFG Create, and enjoy. You'll notice we've got Scourge of the Past in about 15 minutes.
Yep.
We've got a Garden of Salvation tomorrow at 9 p.m. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. There's a comp group set up. I want people to start using this more because it seems to be really effective when it is used. So if you've got a certain thing you want to do, throw out an LFG post a day in advance or a handful of hours in advance or whatever it's going to be, depending on how much dedication it takes. Raids, you want to try to have a decent bit in advance. A Nightfall group or something like that, you could probably throw one up with an hour. You know, send a message over your phone when you're getting off work or whatever. Be like, hey, I'll be home in 45 minutes. Let's try to start one of these in an hour or something. There's options. There's absolutely options. The LFG system has been working quite well. Was there anything else anybody cared to add before we go ahead and call it?
Not that I can think of.
The two parting notes.
Yep, I just want to make sure that everybody's got their 2 cents in before I let those squeeze off.
There's already a ban list for the PvP, right?
Yeah, I will get that posted out again in a couple minutes.
In announcements, right?
Most likely. I'm not sure where we put it at this point. Anyway, parting notes. Currently, we've got a couple people playing 7 Days to Die on a public server. It's pretty fucking fun. If you want to join and build some shit, shoot some zombies, loot some post-apocalypse, that's the way to be. We're playing on a PvE server for right now. In the future, we'd like to switch to one of the PvP servers when we've got people kind of trained in how to play the game. And I want to take over a public PvP server and just plant our flag right up their ass. Who's game?
Yeah, I'm game for that.
Agreed.
I'll check
I
it
think
out.
I'll check it out definitely.
Yeah. So if you have it or you've been interested in 7 Days to Die, Alpha 18 dropped last month. It's a pretty good improvement on a lot of things. The game's getting more stable. It's overall incredibly enjoyable. There's more than enough there to play the game out of any survival game of its kind. Unlike most, they have functioning vehicles. No, it's a retail game or whatever.
Because I couldn't remember. It's been a long time since I got it.
And, of course, on top of that, we have precisely 3 days until the release of the Master Chief Collection on PC, starting with Reach. I hope to see as many of you as possible there because Reach was my jam. They've made some graphical improvements. They've added a seasonal system. It looks like they're going to be adding new armor in following seasons that wasn't in Reach originally. And I want to put a Legion in Reach. I want to be doing challenges.
Yes.
I want to be running the campaign. I want to be doing firefights. I want to be running into SWAT because, my God, SWAT with a mouse and keyboard in Reach. I can only get so
Brilliant.
erect.
Sounds interesting.
I'm right there with you.
SWAT with a mouse and keyboard in Reach. Reach SWAT was the best SWAT. I will fight you to the death on that. Give me a mouse and keyboard. I am going to shit stomp some kids. I already determined that the only way that I could play... I hated Team Snipers in Halo 3 because it was console. Then there was El Dorito, that project that was basically Halo 3's engine and most of its stuff ported over to PC. I got my hands on a sniper rifle, or I got stuck on Narrows on Team Snipers, and I went, why the fuck am I 27-3? I hate snipers in this game. Turns out, you give me a mouse and keyboard, I'm pretty damn good with it. Fuck controllers for FPS. Anyway, that should conclude my rant. Once again, I would like to thank everybody who chose to attend the State of the Empire this week. And a special thanks to our brilliant financial backers, Count Mikey P82. We have Baron Frodo, the Grandmaster of the Imperial Knights, and everybody's favorite warlord. And, of course, Lord Carrot, everyone's favorite morale officer. Even if he is a goddamn brony scum. So, get used to this, because we're going to be extending our thanks to our backers every week. I think that that's a fair bare minimum to offer. And I'd like to find more perks to offer people for offering us their hard-earned cash. We absolutely appreciate it. Beyond that, long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire.
To the
Long live
Empire.
the Empire.
Long live the Empire.